What's up, guys? Today I'm just gonna be doing like a little explanation on keyboards in general, and I'm gonna be recommending what you should do. I'm also gonna have like a little at the start. It's gonna be like a recommendation for people who just want to pre-build, don't want to get into custom things and stuff like that. And I will go into a decent amount of depth into the custom side of things. Not fully and everything, because that video could last like 2 hours, but just in general, like how the parts work and what they do and things like that. And I've actually got into contact with YouTube and asked if I can make subscribing 10% off for at least a month, and they said fine. So I was just like, okay, so 10% off is free. Yeah, so I hope you guys appreciate what I've done asking YouTube, and yeah, make sure to like if you enjoyed, guys. So getting straight right into it, there's two different styles of keyboard. There's custom and pre-built. So first of all, I'm gonna just go through the pre-built for those people who just couldn't care less about anything else. So there's the cheapest sector, where I would recommend the Ant Pro 2, and I got mine for £58. I would recommend it a lot, well, I do recommend it a lot because the software is unbeatable for the price. Like normally at this price range, when you buy the GK61, I'm not like saying the software is absolutely terrible, but it's just got some Chinese writing everywhere, and obviously there is an English version. It's a bit of like clues when it comes to the visuals of the software, what you're meant to be doing, but it just doesn't feel like it's geared towards me as a customer because I'm not Chinese. But yeah, I just prefer the Pro 2 software in general anyways, like when it comes to visuals and stuff. And it just makes the products feel more premium when the software is like up to power. And then mid-range, I'd recommend the GMMK. I got mine for £120. And I'd also recommend the Razer Huntsman Mini, which recently came out. It's a very fast keyboard. It's just a smaller version of the Razer Huntsman Mini, well, not Mini, just the regular one. Then there's Full Out Premium, which is the Apex Pro TKL, which is £180, which is why I would not recommend it anymore. With I mean, it is premium, and it's like made out of metal aluminium. It's made out of good materials, and it's good quality. It has an LED screen and everything. But the new fastest keyboard, according to a lot of people, is GK61. I haven't personally tried it out, but when I do get it, I'll make sure to make a video on that. And it's with the, you have to buy the yellow optical switches to get this fastest speed, and together it'll probably cost you 60 quid. It's sold out on Amazon, so if you guys want to get your hands on it, I recommend either, I think it's AliExpress. You have to buy like the keyboard with the switches in it, or separately, depending on how like things are sold out and stuff. So like, yeah, you get the point. There's three different types of switches. There's linear, tactile, and clicky. Linear is normally red, tactile is normally brown, clicky is normally blue. Linear, it just goes up and down. Tactile, you can kind of get a tactile bump, you can kind of feel it. And clicky's tactile bump, but you can also hear it. It's quite loud. And when I'm talking about the colors, it does like change a lot because there's so many different manufacturers now. The main ones I would say is Cherry, KO, and Gateron. There's also way more different manufacturers these days, and there's many different colors. You just have to like, if you found like a switch, then you need to like check which one it is to like see if it's worth it for you. The yellow optical is luckily linear, which is what I love. I just don't think tactile and clicky are for gamers. Well, they are, but like not for people who want to get good at it. Well, obviously they are. There's exceptions. I just feel like linear is better. Then it comes to pieces of a keyboard. So there's a case PCB, switches, plates, keycaps, and stabilizers. There's also optionals, which are lube, O-rings, and different visuals, which will increase like, I don't know, like kind of the experience, I would say. So when it comes to custom things, when you're buying custom things for your keyboard, I recommend Banggood and AliExpress. There's also Novelty Keys and many other websites that are more premium, but when it comes to the cheaper ones, I recommend Banggood and AliExpress. So cases are normally wood, plastic, and different types of metals. They come in all colours and sizes, because there's sizes which are like, there's so many sizes these days, but the main ones are 60%, the TAEHA, which is just a full-size keyboard without the number pad, and just the full size with the number pad there is also. And then there's stuff in between, but that's like when it goes super custom, and if you go super custom it will get way more expensive. Then there's PCBs, which are there's hot swappable, which I recommend the GK61, either the optical or the non-optical variant. There's also different sets when it comes to the GK61. There's one which doesn't come with any keycaps or switches, which you just have to buy separately, but is cheaper, or the full out one where it comes with everything. And yeah, the hot swappable are easy, because if you buy switches you can switch them out for absolutely free. The non-hot swappable ones, you need a soldering iron, and I'd recommend one which actually shows you what temperature is, so it doesn't damage your PCB. An example is the GH60. Like, it's just a bare PCB which you buy separately from everything else, and you need a soldering iron. And soldering iron does cost a lot, but it can help, because let's say your mouse switch or keyboard switch breaks, then you can just quickly replace that, and it's just way cheaper than buying a new mouse. Even though you could technically buy a new keyboard or a new mouse instead of the soldering iron, you know, it could help you in later life. Like, I don't know, maybe customization might get to a point where you can use soldering to customize your PC, I don't know, but soldering can help in a lot of electronic scenarios, so don't think it's just for this keyboard that you're going to use it. Then there's plates, which come in many different metals most of the time. Then there's keycaps, there's ABS, which is cheap and could shine over time, which unfortunately does come with a GK61, but most of the time people will most people will just throw them out and buy a new keycap set. And then there's double shot PBT, which is the best kind of material. It's durable and won't shine. There's also obviously like many different materials which are used, which are just, you know, hybrids and different changes of the ones already there. You just need to kind of research that yourself, because there's so many. Yeah, and there's like also different, what's it called, profiles. So the standard pre-builts come with OEMs, but yeah, again, you're gonna have to research it, and it comes to preference, so I would say it's very hard to decide before actually buying them and having them to see if it's good for you. Then there's stabilizers, which are normally quite cheap, and I would recommend Cherry. Okay, let's get on to the optional. So there's loop, which makes switches and stabs feel smoother and make a satisfying sound, removing rattle. O-rings dampen the switch, making it quieter. And other visuals like spray painting using vinyl, doing a sticker bomb, dyeing the keycaps, or just buying on AliExpress, Banggood or Matrix. Unfortunately on Matrix, if you live in the UK, you're going to have to spend at least £65 because of tax and other things like that. The thing I'm probably going to do is spray painting, which is also quite expensive. Like, you're going to have to buy the keycaps, which are around 10 quid for the cheapest white sets, which is double shot PBT from Banggood, which isn't too bad, and then like 20 to 30 pounds on spray paint. I'd say at least 20 if you want it to be decently durable. Then you can add foam under the PCB, which makes it even less rattle, and same with films that go in the switch, making less rattle as well. There's also custom cables, but I normally just match a normal cable to the color of the keyboard, because coiled keyboards, I would say, just cost too much and in my opinion look very strange. And remember, like, if you take a pre-built from Corsair, Razer and other things, and if you take it apart, you're most likely going to avoid the warranty. But you can still customize them, which is a good thing. Okay, let's say you have a £60 budget, I'd buy an Arm Pro 2, but remember, soldering iron costs a lot of money and time if you want to change switches. or you can just go with the GK61 optical or regular if you don't want to solder and pay extra for it. However, having a solder iron, as I said earlier, will widen everything when it comes to electronics. And if you want a full custom experience, I'd say at least £120, not including equipment like soldering, just parts. But custom keyboards can get very expensive very fast, so be prepared and do some research. I'll have pro mechanical keyboard YouTubers down below. Okay, so my plan for my keyboard is I'm probably going to buy the GK61. I don't know what color or anything. I'm just gonna use the normal GK61. Most likely gonna spray paint in dark blue the case and the keycaps. Probably gonna spray paint it blue. And I reckon that's gonna be about it. I might try and get a blue cable or red cable, because that's kind of the theme of my channel, and this is my favourite. That's probably going to be about it when it comes to me. I'll probably change the switches to the quick yellow opticals because it is the fastest. And guys, I really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later.